Well, I wonder about the bird.
Two Geelong defenders.
They've been waiting for that 18 months, though, Robert, haven't they? We've definitely pulled forward. 49.5.
Now Hodges, nice and not 1 second of drama with that kick by Scott.
That was a perfectly placed kick in by Jarman. He really is a wonderful disposal with both hand and foot. One, you would think that they were kicking with this strong breeze.
First fist in the middle. That's happened a few times, but they haven't got it out of the middle. McGuinness a little kick, lip tack. Darryl Hart ducks underneath the tackle. Chance for McGuinness again. Tracks the ball up and Micken has been lively. We heard he had rib trouble, but he doesn't look like it. Micken back to lip tack. They might have lost it. Was touched off the boot. Scott playing the tackle. And the umpire will ball it up right in front of goal. Got another chance.
Certainly looking quite lethargic, getting the ball out of the centre with not too much trouble through Barnes, but not all that good. Here goes Scott. Scott's kick to left half forward. Well done by Brown, but he's caught quickly by Tasker. And he's deemed as dropping the ball. Tasker will take the free kick. Tasker's kick. Bickley, no. A little too high there for Bickley, and Hickley comes in for Geelong and rushes the ball over for a throw-in.
Or Binkley and Hickley.
No.
It's a bit hard, isn't it? I don't want to see them on the ground together too often.
Binkley and Hickley, yeah.
Just before the wing in Adelaide's attacking half. Lip tack, Jarman, Maynard dumped. Stephen Hocking caught with the football. Attempted to get rid of it just by kicking quickly, but penalised. Limner.
That's a good kick.
And a good lead too. I mean, it's one thing, they both have to go right, don't they? The kick and the lead, but
That's a very difficult kick, though. Kicking across the wind, such as it's blowing, and to position that perfectly for Hodges just to run onto it.
no, I don't think there's ever been any doubt about Bruce Limner's ability. He lets himself down a little bit, but Hodges has the football. What a powerful kick into the breeze that was. It's a goal.
Now, got a minute?
Yeah, sure. Let it fly, mate. I saw it. There, you know.
What does extinct mean?
It means we don't exist anymore. Well, we used to be just endangered.
Australia's animals are under threat. So to mark our 175th birthday, Westpac has released this special collection of wildlife medallions to raise money for the Worldwide Fund for Nature.
Dead.
They're available through any Westpac branch.
Branch. Well, I wouldn't give to me back in a branch.
For real value for money on your Bali holiday, ask your travel agent for this brochure from Guru Indonesia. It tells you all about Bali. even some places you could bump into some famous people.
If you're looking for a house or land down south, just look here. The Barry Burrows Free House and Land List, giving you the actual address details and prices of all their properties. It's updated weekly, and best of all, it's free. From any Barry Burrows office 7 days a week.
There's a store south of the as you and me, looking out for our state that's guaranteed.
The crows know a bargain when they see one, like Sanitarium Crunchy Bits are healthy, $2.99. Plain or self-raising Tip-Top flour, 99 cents. Legos Fresh Pasta, great buying at $2.19. And Buttercup Country Split Bread, only 89 cents.
Yes, I really did shop at Foodland.
Foodland, the mighty south of the yeah.
Few television events can stir the emotions with the rhythm of suspense as the chilling true story of America's worst criminal.
You liberal-minded about sex, Billy?
What began with a teenage runaway
I'm not going to give up.
would end in a chilling trail of death.
You got nothing on me.
How could it happen?
I have a lot of very important friends.
Only one man could unearth the truth.
We have got to get a second search warrant.
But even he could never have imagined what lay ahead.
I don't have to prove a thing to you guys.
To Catch a Killer starts 8:30 tonight on 7.
35-3, Adelaide in front. Regenza punches to the front. Nothing Stoneham could do. Good tackle, smart. Oh, Stoneham came from out of bounds to get that ball going forward. He gets it to Gary Hocking, who's run down by McDermott. Hocking's pass is good. Miles marks at left half forward.
I think that's the first time this quarter that Barry Stoneham's actually touched the ball.
Kick by Miles for Brownless.
What a kick.
Now, surely this will be the Cats' first goal.
Well, there's no doubt about Billy Brownless kick making the distance from here. Whether or not it'll be accurate is something we'll know in a minute.
45 goals for the season for Billy Brownless. Right in front, 40 metres out. Not a great kick, but it falls in.
And that was the first positive move forward that the Cats have made in this quarter. The 26.5-minute mark, they've registered their first goal. And Barry Stoneham touching the ball for the first time on the wing, knocking the ball forward, and good kick and good vision by Gary Hocking, and also an excellent pass in from Miles to Billy Brownless.
Three minutes left in the first quarter, and importantly, two of Geelong's big guns, Stoneham and Brownless, figuring in their first goal. Riccardi marks. He's at left half back, looking for maybe a penalty against Micken. He's kicked towards half forward. That's a mark taken by Stoneham. Well, he was second in line, but certainly had a bit of a grab of it. His kick into the pocket. Oh, he's picked out Scott Lee. Brownless led. Now, Billy could become quite frustrated here, I think.
Yes, he's looking that way, isn't he?
Scott Lee's kick to the wing. Ross, Smart. Geez, a good player, Nigel Smart. Backs himself, one bounce. Then the kick into the pocket, let himself down a little to the advantage of McGrath. He's close to the boundary line, but he's able to get his left foot to it and kicks it out of bounds on the full in front of McNish. Wren, now Lee, who's all the way up from the back pocket. He's kicked towards centre-half forward. Chance here for Hodges. Into the path of Liptak. Oh, play on, surely. Yes, it is, but it may not have been such a good decision by the umpire. Darryl Hart's kick out in front. Here's an opportunity for Maynard. The hook kick by Maynard is right to the goal line, and it's helped over by Hodges for a behind.
I can't believe what that umpire just did a minute ago. McGrath came through with a shoulder, missed the opponent, and then he paid a free kick upfield and indicated that it was for the shoulder.
I think the shoulder, the bumping by the shoulder is still a very important part of the game.
Well, he missed the bump anyway.
And that kick in has just about reached centre wing. Still, the Crows have got it again. Jamison.
Punch.
Good mark. And Hinkley, just not right on his game. He was a man who was carried off with concussion last week, and you wonder. Hart, short pass to Micken, and look at the manning up by the Cats. This time it was Handley caught behind, and Micken, who's already kicked a beautiful goal, lining up for his second. Kicking from about 47 metres. way to the left. Hodges still a chance. Actually, Mansfield got rid of Hodges and took a good mark.
Mansfield decides to come to this near side. The kick is okay, and it's been marked by Bairstow. Riccardi's on his own, and Riccardi in front of himself now has 50 metres. He could bounce it 3 times. He's only bounced it once, so he goes long with the punt kick up towards centre-half forward. No mark taken. Oh, in a beautiful position, but he just couldn't quite take the football away with McNish. Now Jarman, away to Maynard. Maynard, shepherded by Tregenza on Simpson. Over the top by Maynard to Liptak. Liptak's kick. Geelong have got 2 back on Hodges, so where are the Crummers? Micken being forced to do the roving. Away goes McGrath. His kick. Bairstow can't mark. Gary Hocking. He looks a little ordinary, but he gets out of that position quite well. Bairstow back to Gary Hocking. Through the centre of the ground. Gary Hocking's kick is too high. Up towards full forward. It's picked off there by Ross. Ross's kick goes wide to the wing. Taken by Jamieson, and he plays on quickly. Jamison's kick. McDermott's on his own. The siren sounds. Chris McDermott gets another possession. But the Adelaide Crows, their fans are ecstatic. What a wonderful first quarter, where they kicked 5 goals 6 to 1 goal 3 into the breeze.
When you've got really serious work to do, it might not be enough to just have a big V6 under the bonnet. That's why Mitsubishi proudly bring you the new Triton 3-litre V6 cab chassis with 4-wheel drive. The new Triton V6. Have a think about it. Or as the boys at Mitsubishi might say, please consider.
Wow, just you and me. Just you and me. Just you and me. Just you and me.
This week at Just Jeans, we got something for the old man. Polo shirts for $27.95. There's jeans with trim. Just $54.95. Chambray shirts for $44.95. And Sandwash grill for under $50.
Wow!
Save dough at Rocker Brothers. Quality radial retreads $14.90 or 185/14 retreads $22.90. Brand new steel radials for most small cars $37.90. South Australian made Skyway steel radials $59.90. Skyway with high speed rating for Falcon, Commodore, Valiant, Pintara and Skyline just $69.90.
We're saving dough at Rocker Brothers.
A government who knows all about you.
It uses our tax file number.
A town with no credit.
Your life is destroyed.
The food you buy used to track you.
They watch everything.
The most startling, provocative, investigative report ever shown on Australian television.
Information is power.
You have no secrets. Wednesday on 7. Just a taste.
Can I get you a real drink?
Just a small sip.
Yeah, why not, hey?
And suddenly you're hooked. A country practice, Monday on 7.
Well, start of the second term here at Football Park. 5-6 Adelaide, Geelong 1-3. And the most important statistic, Geelong going into the breeze in this second term. A real struggle for possession, but Stephen Hocking comes away with the football. Kick in towards full forward. Carries the players. At the back is Tasker, and he does pretty well. Gets onto his left foot and kicks it out towards the wing. No mark taken. Tregenza there. Tries to get it back to Wren. And was Tregenza interfered with? No,
threw it out.
Yeah. And the free kick will go to Bairstow. Mark Bairstow. And a good mark taken by Brownless. Brownless is about 35, 40 metres out from goal. But we've noticed that it is a very difficult shot from that pocket. The breeze would be blowing straight into Billy Brownless's face. Geelong receiving their first free kick for Bairstow just prior to this Brownless mark. Kick in towards full forward, it carries the pack, and it's through for a behind to Geelong.
Malcolm Blight electing not to play a loose man in defence. He sent all his players down to the forward line, and he's just got a normal setup across the centre line.
Scott Lee to kick in for the Crows. First score of the quarter. Into the breeze. He's got Lindner. What a mark. Well, Bruce Lindner will be keen to go well today against his old side. Going straight up the centre corridor, short of centre half forward. And a mark at the back by Micken. He's flogging Handley. Kick by Micken. Hodges. What perfect football by the Crows. Straight up the centre corridor from full-back to full forward.
Three great marks. Kick out, Lindner, down to Micken. Micken's been a bit of a surprise packet playing at centre-half forward the last month or so. As Daryl Hart limps off the field, he'll be replaced by Rowe.
Scott Hodges, kick 2 in the first quarter. Lining up for number 3. Breeze has got to work on this. That's away to the right. And through 4 behind.
Adelaide Crows were struggling to find anyone across centre-half forward. They've been playing Micken there. Although he's not a real mobile target, he really has done the job in the last month or so for the Crows.
Kicking in for Geelong, done by Simpson. Goes to the far side, the defensive pocket. Handley. Recovery not bad. Tries to get it to Riccardi. Riccardi's little kick. Falls in short, but the mark is taken by Bairstow. Bairstow probably Geelong's best player so far. Kick to Barnes. Oh, broken down. Wren. Interception. Tregenza. Little kick into the pocket. Micken. Another player in short. McDermott. Gathers it. Back to Micken. Gee, they're toying with the opposition. Micken's kick falls in short. It's marked by Simpson. Simpson plays on. Bad marking by Hodges. Simpson away from the left back pocket. Kick out wide towards the wing. Robert Scott takes it over. Boundary throw-in will take place. Terrific crowd here at Football Park. We see Daryl Hart in the interchange bunker. The other player there is Andrew Pays. Jarman doing the ruck work. Goes after it again. Hand pass, McDermott. In turn, Tregenza. Onto the boot very quickly. Free kick. It's going back to where the interception came from Tregenza. And it looks as though it's going to go to Geelong. Well, the players are confused.
I'm not sure the umpire knew either. He was signalling for Adelaide first, and it is the Crows, to McGuinness. So Tony McGuinness breaks away from centre wing. Inside the 50. Mansfield in front. Can't take the mark. Chance for Liptak. It spills behind the Lindner. 30 metres out, Bruce Lindner. Hoists it high. Away to the right. And behind. 38-10. And Adelaide are finishing the season on fire. Already won 4 in a row, a club record, and they make it 5 in a row today. Kick in by McGrath. Maynard. Jarman. Bounces through the pack for McGuinness. He's got it. Approaching 40. His kick is close. Oh, just offline. So he's kicked 1 goal, 3, Tony McGuinness, and if they'd been a little bit straighter, it'd be all over now. They've had 13 shots to 5.
And Geelong really lacking pace around the packs. They've moved Robert Scott up around the ball, but they really are struggling to get anything from their on-ballers.
They've also had 3 tries at guys kicking the ball in from behind. Kick by Handley. Chance for Barnes, falls over. Very important to keep your footing. Here go the Cats now. Wills on centre wing. Good kick by Wills. Goes to half forward. No mark taken. Hinkley beaten for it by Ben Hart. And he kicks very, very strongly in towards the half-forward area. A half volley by McGrath, not quite successful. Wills is a chance. Oh, he's taken over. And the umpire signals to the boundary umpire to throw it in. And Max Stevens, what's happened to Daryl Hart?
Well, Daryl Hart has a cork thigh. He will come back if required. However, it must be mentioned he was carrying an injury going into this game.
Barnes hacks this one into the air. Maynard drops the mark. It might have gone 10 metres anyway. Gary Hocking was going to get a free kick for high tackle, but it'll come back. Haven't had too many frees yet, Geelong. Andrew Jarman gives away a lot. So Hocking approaching 100 games in his AFL career, from centre wing. Barnes, Wren rides all over the top of him and pushes him out. Free kick to Barnes. Just outside the 50. Won't score from there.
He's just got to kick it to the front of the square, doesn't he, Tim?
Well, the longer he takes, the more they're going to be set up down there, the Crows. He really has held onto the ball far too long.
Stoneham leads in short. Ball thumped away. McDermott, he'll have 25 possessions before half-time if he keeps this up, or 30. Goes to the outer side of the ground. Good movement by the skipper, and the mark taken by Ross. And Jonathan Ross. His kick up short of centre wing. Lip tack front position. Punch by Riccardi. Comes down to Simpson. Centering kick. Smart in front. Takes the mark.
Well, no wonder Nigel Smart was given All-Australian selection by a panel of people from each state. Mel Brown and Russell Ebert and Ted Whitten and company. Here go the Crows again. Tregenza. It's an ordinary kick by Simon Tregenza. If there's one part of his play that lets him down, it may be his kicking. McGuinness. Oh, terrific kick.
Now, everyone knows McGuinness is looking for his left foot, but he had about quarter of an hour to find it.
Yes, the Geelong players still look flat-footed. There's a good bit of shepherding off the ball then by Jarman, holding Rogers out, giving him a little bit of extra space to find Hodges.
Well, there wasn't anyone in the goal square. I don't think it'll matter much. Hodges will get the distance easily. And he gets his third goal.
Nobody is more behind Mitsubishi's sponsorship of the National Basketball League than our dealers. And right now, they're getting into the spirit of things, offering unbeatable all-star deals on the entire Mitsubishi range of cars and light commercials. They're lean, they're mean, and right now they're keen. So see your participating Mitsubishi dealer now. He's waiting to play ball.
KG Overalls. Fit any shape and situation. KG Overalls. If they were any tougher, they'd rust.
Here's some investment advice from Patrick Whelan in a language that's easy to understand.
Changing jobs, then you'll be getting a lump sum payment. And what you do with it could buy you a lifetime of happiness. Only an independent advisor doesn't have an axe to grind. He's on your side.
And if you'd like a free booklet on rollovers or retirement or bonds or whatever, phone 211 7421. Patrick Whelan Investments, 211 7421. Independent investment advice.
Right now onto the exits. 25 minutes to 3. And don't forget, we're going to be with you right through the 4 o'clock.
You can't change the situation. But how would you like a second chance to choose your time?
Can tyres make a difference?
Good you can.
25 degrees, it's a beautiful day and the surf's up, so listen to this. Serve up for you. Hey.
If it only saves you once a year, it's a good year.
For over 20 years, Cattle Crash Repairs have been repairing vehicles involved in car accidents. Their pride is their professional care for both you and your vehicle. With the latest repair equipment and an RIA-approved workshop, your car is assured of the best possible job. And while your car is being repaired, Cattle Crash Repairs will gladly supply you with a free loan car. But please, do drive safely. Cars can be repaired, but lives can't.
He's defeated Mothra. He's defeated Angus and Mecha Godzilla. But he's never faced an adversary like this. Godzilla versus Charles Barkley. It's the battle of the century. Get ready to see a real monster jam.
So Barry Stoneham has gone onto the ball and wins the first tap. Down to Hocking. His hand pass taken by Bairstow. That looks better. Up to Brownless on the bounce. Good hands. Going away from goal, Billy Brownless. 49 metres out. Good effort.
Oh.
And it scores. Oh, touched right on the line by Lee. But well played by Brownless, and it was a lot better out of the middle from the second that Stoneham got his finger to the ball.
Yes, he makes a huge difference to the Geelong side when he is playing as the ruckman. They may lose him at centre-half forward, but up to date in this game, he really hasn't had much of an opportunity there at centre-half forward to do anything.
Kick in has been marked. Whoa. Wren, he's happy with himself. He knows he's got the football. Doesn't matter what Barry Stoneham does. I was going to say, Tim, they're unbalanced with Bruns off the field, aren't they?
Well, they've lost a lot of run now. They're really operating without a rover.
Kick in towards the half-forward area. Nearly marked back there by Hanley. Good pressure by Rowe. Micken is in the action. Taken away by Handley. Gets his foot to the ball. No one there for Geelong. McDermott, short kick. Oh, Hodges, that's a free kick, isn't it?
Yes.
Certainly a free kick to Hodges against Mansfield.
And the difference, Robbo, is the pressure being applied upfield by the Geelong players. On that occasion, McDermott stood there and measured his kick, giving himself plenty of time to hit the ball on his target, whereas the Geelong players, when they're kicking the ball, they're rushed and hurried by the defenders.
Hodges for goal number 4. Good kick by Scott Hodges. Four goals, 1 to Scott Hodges, 1 each to McGuinness, Micken and Liptak. And for Geelong, Billy Brownless is all alone.
That was a definite free kick then. Mansfield getting into the back of Hodges. This is the best I've seen Hodges play this year. They're giving him the whole 50-metre arc to operate with on his own, and he's leading very well.
$40 points is the margin. Wren wins in the middle. Liptak, the hand pass, went behind his teammate. Rogers, he missed his teammate. Riccardi gets the ball out. It floats. McGuinness takes the free kick.
We'll have to put Rogers back to full back where he's renowned as a defender and bring Mansfield up the field where he's much more creative.
Well, that's an interesting one. Mansfield is playing on Hodges' kick for. Here's another possession to McDermott. Off to Micken. Long kick. Hodges, oh, he climbs almost. Mansfield in trouble. Hodges, still a chance. Still a chance. Oh, the ball's flipped over the line.
Going to bounce it, I think.
Yeah. Well, he almost took the aerial screamer of the season and then fought on really well at ground level.
Bounce right in the goal square. Micken tries to get his foot to it. Geelong give away behind.
Surely that's a free kick. Handley had both arms around Micken before Micken had grabbed control of the ball. Very lucky not to be paid a free kick.
Hinkley kicks it to himself. Comes out to this near back pocket region and then kicks it outside 50. Jamison's in the van. Couldn't quite take the mark. Flew very high. Rogers. Chance for McGuinness. Caught by Wills. Rowe. McGuinness. Wren from 50. Wren has goal from 50. Well, it's a procession here in Adelaide. Geelong on top of the ladder. Adelaide in 9th position. Although they have won their last 4. Adelaide 8-10, Geelong 1-5.
Yes, I was just watching behind play then. Andrew Jarman having a word to say to Rod Jamieson. He felt before when Jamieson flew for that ball from behind that he should in fact have gone for a punch.
Wren beats Stoneham. Well, they've got it again for Genza. Liptak on his own, 30 metres in the clear. Dives and takes the mark just outside the 50. Short passes to Micken. Micken stands his ground, is crunched, and takes a free kick. Well, this should be another goal with the breeze at his back.
Been a good player for Adelaide since coming down from Brisbane.
Yes, he has been a good player for Adelaide. He was a good player for the West Adelaide side before going to Brisbane too.
Won the Crows best and fairest last year, Mark Micken. He's now kicked 2 goals. Well, this is one of the greatest hidings of all time.
Hinkley trying to spoil Mick on that occasion, but just interfering with him. And the Crows are on a roll.
Well, certainly wouldn't do anything for Geelong's confidence that if they're to be thrashed here today at Football Park. Is that an advantage rule? No. The free kick will go to Geelong. They were going to take it away, but the umpire officiating there, Peter Carey, has decided that the ball should go back to Gary Hocking, right in the centre of the ground. 9-10 to 1-5. Hocking's kick to the 50-metre line. No mark taken. Adelaide again. Bickley hand pass. Tregenza, beautiful footwork. Then the kick out into the path of Lee. Handball over the top. Pedestrian stuff from Adelaide. McDermott in towards full forward. Hodges again. They love him here in Adelaide. Scott Hodges has kicked 4. He's kicking from about 40 metres. And the breeze just blowing a little bit from left to right from where he's kicking the football. Gives it a good roost. It's close. The crowd behind the goals like it. 5 goals won to Scott Hodges. And Adelaide 10-10-70. They now lead by 59 points.
This game's turning an absolute debacle. The Crows running hard all over the ground, and Geelong still looking lethargic and flat-footed.
Still 13 minutes of wind-assisted time left for the Crows in this quarter. Free kick in the middle will come back to Wren. Pokes it up short now. Lindner is 15 metres in the clear in front of Hinkley, who hasn't moved at all well today, Ken Hinkley. Lindner too far out to score. Liptak running onto this. Can't stop that going out of bounds.
And that's one of the things that's let Bruce Lindner down over the years as a player, his undisciplined play. Trying to get onto a huge bomb on that occasion, trying to kick one from about 70 metres out when he should have been trying to direct the ball towards Scott Hodges.
I think he saw the goal unmanned. There was no one back in the goal square, so he probably thought if he could clear the pack, it might bounce through.
It was a pretty ambitious kick.
Liptak playing the tackle. Lindner snaps for goal. And he scores a behind. His second behind. It's 21 scoring shots to 6. And up until last week, Adelaide at Football Park really hadn't beaten anybody of substance. Richmond, Brisbane, North Melbourne, Sydney and Fitzroy. So when they dumped the Saints out of the 6, that was their first big win at home. And look what they're doing here today. Well, Scott's given it away, had to go in and retrieve it himself. Now he's caught by McDermott. Ball, says the crowd, nothing doing. Wren gets the hand pass up to Tregenza. Jarman goes back to McGuinness, who thumps for goal and has kicked another one.
Hello again. In the news at 6, a security scare near the Yatala jail. The rescue helicopter and Star Force police swooped on a creek bed near the back of the prison following reports of 4 people in camouflage gear and armed with an M16 rifle. We'll have the full story at 6. Also in 7 Nightly News, a major rescue operation continues north of Australia after the former Empress of Australia went down with 516 passengers on board, 3 of them Australians.
Nobody knows Adelaide like 7.
At BP, our emphasis on research and testing often leaves an impression on our visitors.
4th floor, aviation fuel research. Sixth floor, marine oil testing. Seventh floor, motorsport fuel and oil testing.
And everything we learn from this research, we put to use in a very practical place. Your local BP service station.
Pizza for Ted King? Top floor.
Top floor, space research.
BP, on the move.
For real value for money on your Bali holiday, Ask a travel agent for this brochure from Garuda, Indonesia. It tells you all about Bali, even some places you could bump into some famous people.
It's a fact, about half our school children don't receive their daily calcium requirement. The other half does. In which half are your children? Pure, fresh milk.
Well, the bounce back in the centre. 11 3/4 minutes left. Wren gets it effectively. Hickley can't quite gather it. Little kick off the ground by McGuinness. Lip tackle, gather this. Left half forward. Tries to get it off. And he makes one of his rare mistakes so far. And he beckons an apology towards Tony McGuinness. Boundary throw-in will take place. Future Adelaide Crows player maybe in the crowd there. Matthew Liptak. Micken. Handley. At the back. McGuinness. Terrific player McGuinness. Kick bounces close to the line. And goes off to the right. Through for one behind.
And Scott Hodges just sort of glaring back at McGuinness on that occasion. Felt that perhaps McGuinness should have tried to hit him on the chest with a pass rather than going for the goal. But the Cats have got to try and inject a little bit more pace around the ground, but their options aren't there. Bruns is off the field with a knee injury, and if you look down the forward line, perhaps they could try McNish up there, but he's been out of sorts, hasn't played a lot of football this season either.
Stoneham marks. Wills up to the centre of the ground. Simpson puts it out wide for Handley. Handley's kicked to half forward. Kneeled. Cat's side has been thrown upside down. Kneeled. Threw the ball out, says umpire Carey. Free kick to Smart. He's got Jamison on his own 20 metres in the clear. The Cats just aren't manning up. Kicked by Jamison to half forward. Hinckley works to the front this time and takes the mark. Needs to lift Ken Hinckley. His left footer goes over the head of Miles. Comes to Smart. Smart's kick to the centre of the ground. Oh, Tregenza had it spent. Can't take the mark. Stoneham. He's swamped. Well done, McDermott. Mansfield, you're in trouble. Hocking. Hand pass blocked. Bickley pushed to the deck. No whistle on that. Stoneham hooks the ball out to Bairstow. On the bounce to Brownless. 40 metres out, Billy Brownless. Goes back 50 metres out, Miles. Into the breeze, remember. Kicked by Miles, won't make it. Maynard marks.
Free kick to Geelong, shepherding. Certain free kick to Geelong. Brown kept out of the contest by his opponent, who I think may have been Ross, is it? Or Bickley.
His first kick, wouldn't it, Brown?
Brown's been picked up by Maynard.
Brown kicks a goal for Geelong. Paul Brown one goal. Billy Brownless has kicked the other goal for Geelong. And it really is silence here at Football Park. 11-12 Adelaide, 2-5 Geelong.
Yes, well, he's shepherded out then by Tasker on that occasion. I thought Miles could have directed the ball back towards the centre. Scott had drifted down. He was on his own in that area. And Adelaide Crows fans not happy about that one.
Bounce favours Stoneham, but Wren just a little taller. Away goes Bairstow for Geelong. Up towards full forward. And a good effort by Brownless. Used his body very, very well there in front of Ross and has taken the mark about 35 metres out directly in front.
Not a lot Ross could do on that occasion, was it? The ball was blowing, the wind was blowing the ball back out, and Billy, a big man, holding him at bay.
Well, Brownless would get the distance quite easily, and I think he's accurate. He is. So Brownless's second goal is Geelong's third, and the Cats just making a little bit of a contest of it, but they still trail miserably on the scoreboard. Adelaide 11-12, Geelong at 3-5.
Well, Geelong have done a lot better since Stoneham went into the ruck. I think that ball actually came off Sean Wren's hand on that occasion, but Bairstow read it well and kicked the ball direct down to Billy Brownless. But they're still a long way behind the Cats, and at this stage not playing nearly well enough to get back into this.
Well, the one thing you'd say about them, they have kicked the last 2 goals. And I suppose the only chance is that the Crows might run out of gas. They might play all their footy in one half. McDermott again gets another one to full forward. Bounces past Hodges. Rogers is back there. Round the corner to Hinckley. Did he complete it inside? Yes.
And they have made that move, Geelong. Robbo, you should have been a coach. Rogers has gone to full-back and Mansfield's
just
gone up
looks
onto
so
the ball.
out of sorts, though, Tim, back there.
Well, I haven't seen him play at full-back before.
Lindner.
Caught with the ball.
Yes, but the umpire says throw it in, boundary umpire.
Drew, the only problem with people watching football, whether it's on television or at the game, is they want consistency from the umpires.
Liptak caught by Bairstow. Comes to Hocking. Kick by Gary Hocking for Stoneham at centre wing.
Good kick.
Gary Hocking's lifted.
Oh, Wren minded the mark pretty well, and Stoneham was just about gone. Up to half forward. Hart! Oh, one hand's enough. This youngster, just 18 years of age, he's played every game in his first season. Will be a real player of the future. McGuinness. And look at the run he's been given by Ross, but he goes further afield to centre wing. Stephen Hocking punches down. The hand pass comes through to Simpson. He can't handle. Grabbed by Maynard. Maynard's got it to Jarman. Jarman pokes it over the top. Here go the Crows again. Lee, a defender. Up towards half forward. Nobody coming to Scott Lee. He'd nearly kick it himself. He doesn't want to. Off the left. Hodges the only chance now. And thumped through by Handley.
And Gary Hocking has now been shifted on to McGuinness. Rogers was money. Of course, Rogers has gone down to full back.
Ben Hart coming off the ground. That doesn't look too good. He's gone straight up the race, so let's hope he's all right. Pays is on the field for Adelaide. Geelong kicked the ball in. Mansfield, McGrath. Chance for Hinckley. He's forced to kick quickly. Up towards the wing, and an excellent mark taken in front of Simpson by Maynard. One of the unsung heroes, Rodney Maynard of the Adelaide Crows, but does a very good job week in, week out. He's kicking towards centre half forward. Geelong under pressure. Jarman. How did he get rid of that, umpire? Had one arm pinned and still got rid of it. The ball in dispute at centre half forward for the Crows. Hocking away to McGrath. He's caught. Gets the ball out. Riccardi. Handball back. Jarman caught with the football. Still no whistle. McGrath bumped off it by McDermott. In comes Rowe. Rowe shot for goal. It looks pretty good. It's another goal, is it? Yes.
When we designed the new Magna wagon, we made it the most elegant ever. More luxury, more space.
We gave it a whole new rear suspension, the largest engine in its class.
We refined everything. It feels like a sedan, but the back's not just bolted on. If you can imagine, no seams. And what does all this add up to? The most comfortable, assured, and safe ride you've ever had.
Save dough at Rocker Brothers. Rocker cover gaskets, Holden 6 and V8 and Ford Cleveland $1.95. Sill beam headlights $5.95. Oranger rear window louver, Falcon Laser and Commodore $49.95. Vesco 7-plate battery $54.90. 11-plate battery $74.90. Monroe GT gas shocker $69.95. Magnum gas to suit most four-wheel drives $119.95.
Saving dough at Rocker Brothers. Just you and me, just you and me, just you and me, just you and me.
This week at Just Jeans, we got something for the old man. Polo shirts for $27.95. There's jeans with trim. Just $54.95. Chambray shirts for $44.95. And Sandwash drill for under $50.
Have you got a 7 bumper sticker yet? If your car's displaying a heart, you could win an exclusive new Genesis 2 diamond ring valued at $1,500 from Zammel's Jewelers, $1,000 in cash, or the magnificent Mitsubishi Magna Sedan SE Automatic. To win, just watch 7 Nightly News, Real Life and Home and Away. And if you see your number plate, you could be a winner. Be proud, wear your heart on your car and watch Channel 7 to win.
I love 7. We love 7! Yeah!
For the Cats, 12-15 Adelaide, 3-5 Geelong.
27 shots to 8. Gives you a fair indication of how this game's gone.
Kicked by Rogers. Maynard, yes, what a mark. Oh, what a game he's played.
Nearly kicked this, Tim, wouldn't you?
Yes, well, he'll definitely be able to get the distance from there.
Goes for the distance. Hodges a chance, but it's just offline. It had distance and through for a minor score. So really, if the Crows had kicked a bit straight, well, they could be leading by 100 points already. And Tim, we were just talking in the plane coming over. Essendon against North at Windy Hill in 85. You led by 100 at half-time. That's pretty hard to do.
Yes, it is hard to do.
Kick in, goes to left half back. Lindner in the van, and he takes a good mark. Hanley tried to punch it away from him, but Bruce Lindner is marked 50 metres from goal. I think he's probably too far out. Hodges leaves the goal unguarded. Lindner goes long and hooks his kick, looking for length, and it goes through for Lindner's third behind. Now, Max Stevens down on the boundary line. I hope you're not too cold chasing up those injury reports, Max.
Well, it's keeping me warm all the running. Ben Hart received a knock in the back. He will come back and is expected to return after the half-time break.
And a change for the Cats. Hinkley has left the ground, replaced by Barnes. Crows into attack again. Rowe charges at it, but Gary Hocking back there never took his eyes off that one and took the mark.
Well, Drew, the doctor was out to Hinkley during the quarter, and perhaps he still has some effect from that terrible collision last week.
McGrath just gets the kick away to the centre of the ground. Measured off to Mansfield. Enjoying this a lot better than full-back. Out to half-forward. McNish, been a very quiet player. Buried in that one by Lee. In he goes to Mansfield. Brownless, one out. He's got it again, Billy. Well, Brownless has kicked 2 goals, 2. And Geelong have managed just 3 goals, 5. Brownless for his third. Has kicked it. I knew it was a goal when I heard no crowd.
And Billy Brownless would be the closest thing to a winner for Geelong thus far in the game, wouldn't he? And McNish getting the handball off to Mansfield. Mansfield's been shifted up to the ground. He's now playing on the wing. And McNish has been a very quiet player.
Well, still it's important for Geelong to finish on top, but you can't give that up, can you? It's a very important game for them. 2 3/4 minutes left in the second quarter. McDermott's lovely little hand pass for McGuinness, and Hodges marks. He's kicked 5.
Have you got anybody else but Rogers, Robbo?
Well, it doesn't matter if it keeps hammering down as quickly as
right.
that. That was just...
You've just got to stop the ball from coming up the centre like that. That was terrifically
quick
hands by McDermott, though, wasn't
it? It was enormous football. Hodges, who loves kicking goals. He just absolutely eats goal kicking, Scott Hodges. He's got 6 and still 2 minutes left in the first half.
Well, when you're pushing the ball forward, you've always got an opportunity to do something. On that occasion, McDermott, wonderfully quick hands, almost a flick pass on that occasion over to McGuinness. McGuinness just threw the ball onto his boot. Ended up being a beautifully weighted torpedo. And Hodges, who's very quick for his size, about 6'3", out in front of the Rogers.
95 to 29.
Oh, good tap.
And Jarman again out of the middle. Hodges, another chance.
You just heard Tim very quickly, but that Wren ruck work.
That was classical ruck work.
Oh.
You do those things at training hoping that it might come off in the game, but very rarely does it. And that was just a very deft little tap over to Jarman, straight onto the boot, and once again Scott Hodges out in front.
Well, you don't often kick 5 goals in a quarter in the AFL, but Hodges has already kicked 4 in this quarter. Seven for the half. And the Crows have a century up against the team which is breaking all scoring records, and they are being flogged at their own game.
Yes, well, it's actually the team you picked to win the premiership, Drew. Geelong, they're not playing like premiership contenders at the moment, are they?
And me, I'll own up to it too.
I'll take your money off you too, Robbo.
No, I think that Malcolm Blight has just tossed his team around. I know it's making a defensive comment on their behalf, but they're just being beaten by a far better side. I mean, Adelaide, right from the start of the game, when McGuinness kicked the first goal, they've been enormous. Bairstow, Simpson's kick, Smart, nearly Stoneham, was it? No. Handball out now by Stoneham. Chance for Tregenza. Tregenza's kick to half forward, lip tap. Drops what he may have should have taken. Rowe, Jarman. Oh, he's a cheeky little customer, Andrew Jarman, isn't he? And a very good player. Hodges got it again. No, just jumped underneath it a little too early. Simpson, under pressure, goes for the boundary line. And that's what's happened for half a game. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
Yes, pressure, pressure, pressure. And Rogers has been shifted away from Hodges. McGrath now has the job. McGrath on that occasion was looking around waiting for Hodges to lead, and Hodges had already turned back and gone up into the play and really should have taken that mark.
Well, he's made it easier for the commentator because Hodges and Rogers as a twosome was a bit tough. Here he goes again. He slips to ground. He might have another chance, but he's going to hurry out of bounds. And that will probably be the play for the first half. 7 seconds remaining and the clock ticking as we're about to have this boundary throw in. And there is the siren. What a half of football by the Adelaide Crows. They came into the game in 9th position on the ladder against the top Cats. And they have scored 101 to 29 in the first hour of the...
Well, champagne football from the Crows in the first half, absolutely destroying supposedly the best team in the competition. After a slow start to the season, the Crows are really finishing in style, and we can expect Geelong to hit back in the second half, but the way the Crows are playing, they look unbeatable. Stand by now for 7 Nightly News. We'll be back in just under half an hour with the Crows running rampant.
It's a full house of fun tonight from 7:30
to half-time. If you don't want to know the final score, look away now. As we flash it up, you will see that the league's most free-scoring team, Geelong, were restricted to just 4 goals at the main break.
Geelong kicked with a 5-goal breeze in the first quarter, but Adelaide was not daunted. Tony McGuinness sent the Crows on their way.
McGuinness snaps, and it bounces for goal!
Adelaide's small men were carving the Geelong back line to shreds. Tregenza to lip tack for a goal. Scott Hodges marked strongly and kicked to perfection.
Hodges! Now, Hodges, it's a lovely kick.
While the big men found the blustery conditions no problem. Geelong finally gone through Bill Brownless after 26 minutes, but still trailed by 27 points at quarter time.
Right in front, 40 metres out. Not a great kick.
With the breeze at their backs in the second quarter, the Crows turned the game into a procession.
Terrific kick.
Sean Wren chipped in for a slice of the action.
Wren has goal from 50.
Chris McDermott was instrumental in another Hodges goal.
Hodges again.
And McGuinness was on the end of this chain of hand passes.
Goes back to McGuinness, who thumps for goal and has kicked another one.
Brownless gave the Cats some temporary relief.
And a good effort by Brownless.
But Hodges kicked his 7th goal for the half to see the Crows to a massive 72-point lead at half-time. Dion Heyman, 7 Nightly News.
Great leader.
Twice All-Australian, Chris McDermott. Bounce favoured Barnes, wins the tap. Helped back by Lee. Jamison goes down, loses control of it. Steve Hocking out to Mansfield. Mansfield steers the pass low. It bounces through for Brownless. Brownless runs onto it. It gets away from goal, but Brownless has got it. Dodges one way, then the other. Goes back with the hand pass. And he might have given it away. Smart.
Advantage rule paid.
Up the ground it pays. Centre wing. Oh, Lindner was playing the man, not the ball then. Hinkley back on the ground for the Cats. His left footer up towards the forward pocket. Wren with his name written all over it. Can't take the mark. Hocking. Just keeps the ball in. Back to Stoneham. They need a goal. In the goal square. Mansfield can't keep it in. And it's a minor score.
Well, this rain that's falling gently here is going to make it all the more difficult for Geelong to score, even though they do have the wind. The players are going to have to adjust to a wet, slipping ball.
Scott Lee kicks into Bickley in that left back pocket. Bickley runs away and kicks it about 45 metres. And an excellent mark taken running with the flight of the ball by Jamison.
And he's been a good player all day on the wing.
Very skilled player. Here's Bickley, a determined man. Runs around and kicks it in towards the centre of the ground. Geelong mark, certainly, taken by Hinkley. Hinkley, who was replaced in the second quarter. One wonders whether there was a lot of value in playing Ken Hinkley. Drew, as already mentioned, was knocked unconscious against the Brisbane Bears last week. McGuinness from half-back. Possession number 25. Taken by Liptak. Look at Smart running all the way up from centre half-back. Taken in a very good tackle. Maynard gets the hand pass back to the 50-metre line. Jarman, good spotting. Hodges can't quite hold the mark. Rogers for Geelong. Kicks it back outside 50 metres. Micken and Handley. Jarman, the crummer. Stephen Hocking, his opponent. Micken looks as though he's nearly standing still, but gets his right foot to it. Kicks it in towards full forward. Taken away by Miles. Miles' kick breaks down. Jamison, McDermott, Jamison. Threw it away to McGuinness. McGuinness from 50 metres. Low kick in towards full forward. When I say low, I don't mean critically low, but certainly kept it low into the breeze, and it went across the face for a boundary thrown in that right forward pocket.
Gee, they're starting to rug up here. So if you're having a tough day with the weather in Melbourne, spare a thought for these as well. Liptak. Still there, up for grabs. Hinkley. Good hand pass to Bairstow. Well, he went the wrong way, Bairstow. Blind handball. Tregenza, good hands. And a good tackle by Riccardi. Scott. And away to Wills. Centre wing. Bickley in front. Really played it well. Ball out of play. 14-17 Adelaide. Geelong 4 goals 6. One score so far in this third quarter, are behind to the Cats.
Ruck contest. Barnes and Wren. Wren with his eyes for the ball. McDermott knocked away by Gary Hocking. Bickley going to get run down by Stoneham. Still there to be won. It goes through Bairstow. Gary Hocking for Bairstow. Bairstow into the path of Stoneham. Stoneham from 50 metres. Goes for goal, Barry Stoneham. And hooks the kick. It registers Stoneham's second behind. And Geelong, they've kicked their 6th behind. 7th behind. 4-7, but they trail Adelaide, who are 14-17.
And Tony McGuinness has his 4th opponent for the day. He's now being trailed by Robert Scott.
Kick in by Lee. In the direction of Wren. It drops a bit short of him. Mark taken by Simpson. Breeze across him from that side of the ground. Still a difficult kick. Won't make it. Brownless. Good mark by Billy. Kicks the goal. The umpire's going to make him go back behind the mark.
Well, that's an interesting one. Had Peter Carey blown time on?
Yes, he had. Does that answer your question?
Well, it's pretty straightforward. There's no, no lack of
conviction.
Emphasising it, was there?
Well, Brownless has kicked 3 of the Cats' 4 goals. 4 out of 5. And a few Cats supporters have made the trip. There's plenty of them here, actually. Haven't had much to cheer about.
No, there hasn't been much for them to cheer about. And Billy Brownless has been the only clear winner for the Geelong side today. He's had limited opportunities, but he's still managed to kick 4 goals down there at full forward. And let's hope that the Cats can mount a bit of a challenge in this quarter with the wind.
Well, Geelong still trail by 64 points. Wren, McDermott, McGuinness. McGuinness's kick goes across the ground with the breeze. Picked up nicely by Rogers. He controlled it very, very well. Kick in towards half forward and a good mark. It's been paid, but by golly, I got the feeling that Andrew Payes was keen to get on with the game. Maybe he wasn't sure that the umpire was going to pay the mark. Payes at centre half back for Adelaide. His kick out wide towards the wing. High flyers, no mark taken. Picked off by Simpson quite well. His kick into centre half forward. Barnes into the path of Brown. Brown's hand pass good. Will should goal from here. No. An absolutely awful kick by Andrew Wills in the finish. out of bounds on the full.
He's had 3 shots at goal for 1 point.
Free kick back there in the back pocket to be taken by Ross.
Barnes front position and out marks Ring. This is the side of the ground to attack the goals from. He's a long way out. Brownless, yes again.
Oh, it was a clear mark. The Adelaide people were protesting, but
this is Billy Brownless all the way.
Well, Bickley had front position but didn't have the height.
It's a well-weighted kick by Barnes then too.
Brownless for his 5th. Oh, he's hooked it. Now, all these the Cats really need. They need a bombardment of goals in this quarter. Even 12 or 13 mightn't be enough.
well, I get the feeling, Tim, if they could get to within striking distance, if they could kick another 6 and trail by 3 or 4, you just never know what's going to happen on a day like today with the breeze and the rain, etc.
No, they're just not playing well enough at the moment, though, are they? The Crows would have to take their foot right off the accelerator for John to get back into this side, into this game.
Well, we all know how long Billy Brownless has kicked the football in the past. He's going to have to kick a ball 60 metres from here to score. Oh. It's a magnificent kick. Don't ever doubt his ability to kick distances.
It was like they put a silo in front of him and he kicked it straight over the top.
Well,
nobody is more behind Mitsubishi's sponsorship of the National Basketball League than our dealers. And right now, they're getting into the spirit of things, offering unbeatable all-star deals on the entire Mitsubishi range of cars and light commercials. They're lean, they're mean, and right now they're keen. So see your participating Mitsubishi dealer now. He's waiting to play ball.
If only I'd stepped out at 8:07 instead of 8:07 and 2 seconds. If only I'd caught the red light, not the green. It would have been a different scene. That's life. That's why. That's why I'm with FAI.
Safe drivers on the maximum 60% no-claim bonus may be entitled to a further 15% saving with FAI. Call 131,000 for details.
That's why I'm with FAI.
It's a great day to be out on the road, but it could easily become the worst day of your life. You can't change the situation, but how would you like a second chance to choose your tires?
Can tyres make a difference?
Good you can. If it only saves you once a year, it's a good year.
For real value for money on your Bali holiday, ask a travel agent for this brochure from Garuda Indonesia. It tells you all about Bali, even some places you could bump into some famous people.
Safe drivers over 30 on the maximum 60% no-claim bonus may be entitled to a further 15% saving with FAI. Call 131,000 for more details.
That's why I'm with FAI.
The Crows know a bargain when they see one, like Sanitarium Crunchy Bix, a healthy $2.99. Plain or self-raising tip-top flour, 99 cents. Legos fresh pasta, great buying at $2.19. And Buttercup Country Split Bread, only 89 cents.
Yes, I really did shop at Foodland.
This week on Real Life.
They're shooting these out, tens of dozens every minute.
Exposing the rip-off merchants who trade in counterfeit goods.
These people are just basically freeloading off advertising expenditure.
How to pick the real thing from the fake.
Is this a counterfeit product?
Plus how to cope with the newborn baby blues. And meet Rene Russo, the hot new star of Lethal Weapon 3.
She's pretty tough and smart.
She's hot. She's hot.
Real Life, 6:30 weeknights on 7.
2 goals, 6 to Tony McGuinness. He kicked 4 goals last week and could have kicked a bagful today.
And perhaps Scott Hodges asking the question, what about me? Standing over here on my own in front of the 10-yard square.
McGrath kicks in. Wren at the back. Knocked away by Barnes to Bairstow. Spiral torpedo to centre half forward. Stoneham taken out of it. The ball hurries to the back of the pack. Stoneham in after it again. Big Baz off the left. Hooks it back. Not a bad effort. Great goal.
Sure, that's a great goal. Such an important player to this Geelong side, Stoneham. Gave them a lift in the second quarter when he did go onto the ball. And on that occasion showing all the agility that the big man possesses. And it's just so critical in football today to keep your footing. On that occasion, the Crows defender going to ground, the Geelong forward standing up, and Stoneham finishing it off.
Well, I, for one, haven't given Geelong away. There's still 13 and a half minutes left. They must keep winning the ball out of the centre. They do through Gary Hocking. His high kick towards half forward. Nearly a mark taken by Neal. He gets the hand pass away. Chance for Bairstow. He fumbled at the first. Gets his foot to the ball. Kicks it in towards full forward. The mark is taken by Lee. Lee for the Crows. Short kick. Marked by Tasker. Tasker looking to give the hand pass away. They've got numbers. McGuinness outside 50. Marks. And just to steady the Crows down a little bit.
He works hard, Tony McGuinness. He ran right over from the centre of the ground then to get that kick.
His kick goes up near the wing. Barnes bumps his opponent out. Advantage is paid. It was to Wren, but it's now with Liptak after two bounces. Sets it up for Rowe. Rowe's kick across the front of the goals. Hinkley got back, but he's left Lindner on his own when the ball hit the ground. Lindner's caught. Shrugs the tackle. Goes for goal and kicks it. Bruce Lindner kicks his first goal, and Adelaide get their 15th, 15-19 to 7-9.
See, I was watching Ken Hinkley. Watch Hinkley here. That was incredibly courageous going back there with the flight of the ball.
Poor tackle by Simpson.
Yes, well, they haven't tackled very well at any stage of the game, the Geelong players.
Margin 58 points. It was 72 at half-time. McGuinness kick smothered. Well done, Rogers. Steve Hocking. McGuinness off the ground. He brushes his way clear. Great pass. Well, a bit wide for Hodges. Two 17s now on each other. McGrath goes back. Smothered by Micken. Well played. Rowe ducks the tackle. Trouble for Rogers. McGuinness in after it again. Scott gains a couple of metres and we'll have a boundary throw in on the 50.
And McGrath doing a very good job on Scott Hodges.
Well done by Handley. Rowe's back there. McDermott, best option again. Through Jarman, back to Rowe. Hodges front position. Pushed out, right in front.
I'd like to watch that on replay, that one.
I think he made it worse than it was.
I'm sure he did. This is a classical leaning on him and feeling a little bit of a nudge in the back and taking a fall.
7 goals won in the first half. Hodges right in front, 35 metres from goal, has kicked it. Well, the Cats were threatening, but the Crows have kicked the last two.
And the Crows are still running very hard. They're all parts of the ground, linking up from McDermott and Jarman. Both fairly slow players get the ball. The players run from everywhere just for that handball option, and it creates play all the way down the field.
Well, I think it was important for Geelong that they kept Adelaide goalless in this third quarter, and the last 2 goals for Adelaide have been quite damaging. Barnes got the tap out. Bairstow back to Barnes, who fumbled. Critical fumble to McDermott. Bragenza, Maynard, Jamison. Jamison's kick up towards centre half forward, and a good mark taken by Rogers for the Cats. They've got numbers at centre half back, but Lindner did a good job to stop that. and forced the player to kick it down towards the right half forward area. Pays looked to play on. Wren for McDermott. McDermott quickly, Bickley, smart. He's very quick and well balanced. His high kick towards half forward. No mark taken. Ball hits the ground. Rogers. Back he goes to McGrath. McGrath's kick out towards the wing. A little bit too far for Wills. Can't quite control it. And it's there for Tregenza. Handball to Lee. Lee gets his foot to the ball very quickly. And it's to the advantage of Rowe. Rowe's little kick. Oh, it's marked. Hodges again. I get the feeling it was meant for Liptak, but perhaps carried a bit too far.
Well, Robbo, his personal best in the AFL is 8 goals, kicked in Sydney last year. He's kicked 8 here. He's going for his own record, and this is a man who kicked 150 goals in the SANFL.
Scott Hodges. Gee, that wind is severe, isn't it? Carried the ball straight across the front of the goals there and through for a behind. 8 goals, 2 for Scott Hodges. Billy Brownless has kicked 5 of Geelong's 7 goals. And Handley will kick it back in for the Cats and goes pretty well straight up the ground.
For Barnes, Wren gets it going forward for the Crows. Jarman, a great hand pass. Micken on the 50. Oh, dodging like a rover. The numbers got it for Geelong. Rogers went back. McGrath, a good pass to the 50. Simpson hasn't been the Cats' worst player. Out to open space over centre wing. Oh, Brown just charged straight at him. Charged straight past it. Stoneham floats a hand pass for Brown. He throws it. That was a one-hander, umpire. The ball out of play.
Again, he was just there to watch it too.
Just like us, Robbo. Wonderful pressure again by the Crows.
Half forward for the Cats. Handley to Bairstow, going away from goal. Almost a one-hander. Neal. Look at the tackling by the Crows. They're forcing the ball out to their teammates. Oops. This comes to Hockey. He backs through a tackle. A high tackle, says the umpire. Free kick, Hockey.
Well, I think he might have ducked into that one too.
Adelaide fans not too happy with this. Look at this. Oh, the tackler sweating on him, Tasker.
Yeah,
and Hockey
around the neck.
Back through it. Short pass to Brownless, who's their best bet. He's kicked 5 of their 7 goals.
It's a hard shot from there, though, isn't it? In that right forward pocket.
Well, it's right across the breeze from there. Maybe not as strong as it was earlier in the game. Billy's kicked it.
At BP, our emphasis on research and testing often leaves an impression on our visitors.
4th floor, aviation fuel research. Sixth floor, marine oil testing. Seventh floor, motorsport fuel and oil testing.
And everything we learn from this research, we put to use in a very practical place. Your local BP service station.
Pizza for Ted King? Top floor.
Top floor, space research.
BP, on the move.
Throughout life, you strive and you work, setting down firm foundations, building on your strengths. It's an attitude we share. That's why, to protect your strengths, build on our strengths.
Come on and be my little... The King himself. It's from Elvis and it's from the heart.
over an hour of his greatest love songs, all digitally remastered.
I want you, I need you, I love
From the king of rock and roll comes From the Heart. Look for this fantastic album, along with all the King's other great albums, in the special Elvis display in your music store now.
Colonial Mutual has never failed to deliver a bonus to its policyholders since it started, over a century ago.
When you've got really serious work to do, it might not be enough to just have a big V6 under the bonnet. That's why Mitsubishi proudly bring you the new Triton 3-litre V6 cab chassis with four-wheel drive. The new Triton V6. Have a think about it. Or as the boys at Mitsubishi might say, please consider.
The man who fought for Australia is now fighting for a normal life. The full inspirational story is on 7 Nightly News Monday.
It's important for you to be well informed, so get the full story, the best pictures from 7 News at 6. Tomorrow's headlines today.
Successful businessman, respected community leader, and the most notorious mass murderer in America's history. To catch a killer tonight on 7.
The throw-in will take place in that position. 16-21 to 8-9, and the Crows fans have had plenty to shout about this afternoon.
Well, they're heading for their 5th straight win. It's already a club record at 4 in a row. McDermott, a little hand pass to McGuinness. How often have we said that today? Mick in front position. Liptak can't keep it in. And we'll have a throw in at left half forward for the Crows.
Liptak's been a great play. He works so hard to get to the fall of the ball. And he's a much improved player.
He was supposed to have damaged a couple of ribs last week against St Kilda. He hasn't shown it today. Too much pressure there. The ball spills free. Comes to Rowe. Up to the goal square. Hodges. Did he touch it? Goal to Rowe.
That was very intelligent play then by Hodges, who did shepherd that ball, didn't try and pick the ball up, had a fair idea about where he was and where the ball was going, and just let that ball run right through. And when you're playing with luck, they're the sort of things that happen.
So Stephen Rowe kicks his second goal, and Adelaide continue on their merry way. Wren has been quite magnificent in the ruck. Jamison's hand pass smothered. Gary Hocking now pays. Well tackled by Mansfield. Ball went very, very minute distance there. Now hand pass. Chance for Scotty. Tries to crack his way through. In goes Bickley. Scott in the action again. Pays the tackler. Quite fair, and holds the ball in at centre half forward for Geelong.
Well, Geelong have had a terrible day, and it was comical and farcical in the centre then. Mark Bairstow ran into a handball of one of his teammates and copped it right in the face. Perhaps not funny for Bairstow.
No, just 50 seconds to go. Here's Bairstow. Out in the forward pocket. Time enough for a throw-in. The Cats to get another goal before three-quarter time. Graham Corns, well, creases in the forehead. You'd think they were 10 goals behind, but they're a mile in front.
He'd be wishing that the season had just started, I think.
Brown, he's had a poor day. McDermott again. Wren again. Look at this. Jamison to McGuinness. Up to centre wing. Micken. It clears him. Liptak's after this. But Miles is first back there. He's been a goal kicker in the last month for the Cats. Hasn't been near it today, Jeff Miles. And a throw in near centre wing. That'll probably be the last action for the third quarter. Micken palms down. McDermott again to McGuinness. Well, he delayed the kick just a little bit too much. He wasn't to know he was so close to three-quarter time. But they build on their stats anyway. And their stats are superb. Well, both of the Macs, McDermott and McGuinness. And at three-quarter time, it is 17-21 to 8-9.
Nobody is more behind Mitsubishi's sponsorship of the National Basketball League than our dealers. And right now, they're getting into the spirit of things, offering unbeatable all-star deals on the entire Mitsubishi range of cars and light commercials. They're lean, they're mean, and right now they're keen. So see your participating Mitsubishi dealer now. He's waiting to play ball.
You may not have noticed it, but Coles supermarkets now have FPOS available in every single store. Which means you can pay for your groceries or get up to $400 extra cash. So if you're pressed for time or pressed for cash, just press your PIN number. Coles supermarkets. We're pressing for more convenient shopping.
Every time you turn off your car engine, minute deposits of petroleum gum can accumulate on your fuel injectors. Over time, this reduces your car's power and economy. This may sound complicated to fix, but really, it isn't. Just add Win Spitfire to your petrol next time you fill up. Win Spitfire cleans out the deposits from your fuel system and restores your car's power and economy. Win Spitfire. It works. I wouldn't recommend it if it didn't.
Hollywood Pictures presents
A caveman?
He Caved, He Thawed, He Conquered. Encino Man. I'll be back. Rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you.
Cut through the red tape and have your mobile phone connected to Telecom Mobile Net while you wait at any one of 140 approved Telecom Mobile Net dealers. Telecom Mobile Net, Australia's own.
This year, in schools all around the country, 500,000 kids put on their thinking caps for the Australian Mathematics Competition for the Westpac Awards, the world's largest maths competition. It's not a matter of who comes first or last. It's about learning just that little bit more, so that we move one step closer to becoming the clever country.
Westpac is proud to sponsor the Australian Mathematics Competition.
A government who knows all about you.
It uses our tax file number.
A town with no credit.
Your life is destroyed.
The food you buy used to track you.
They watch everything.
The most startling, provocative, investigative report ever shown on Australian television.
Information is power.
You have no secrets. Wednesday on 7. Just a taste.
Can I get you a real drink?
Just a small sip.
Yeah, why not, eh?
And suddenly you're hooked. A country practice, Monday on 7.
So the start of the last quarter here at Football Park, and Wren does well. So does McGuinness, but he's dispossessed. Simpson tries to crash his way through for Geelong. Stephen Hocking comes up with the football, but the umpire calls for another bounce. Wren again. Lindner under all that. And the umpire has to do it all again. So the third bounce within the space of a couple of seconds and quite near the centre circle. Simpson again out into the path of Scott. Scott backs himself. 2 bounces. Trying to set something up for Geelong. Little kick into the pocket. A little too far there for Barry Stoneham. And it will be thrown in about 40 metres around from the Geelong goal.
And there hasn't been too many occasions where we've seen a Geelong player break clear and take a bounce today.
Wren front position and wins the free kick. Away to McDermott. Across the ground he goes. The crowd goes, ooh. Brown gets there to punch and keeps the ball on the forward line.
Well, they haven't gained anything in yardage, but perhaps they're on the more attacking side of the ground.
Wren 52. Handley number 14. Handley to the back. Bairstow to Brown, behind Scott, but he hauled it in. He's caught by Jarman, flung to the deck. Jarman after it still. Well played, Andrew Jarman. Oh, fantastic stuff. McDermott, his 50th touch. Bickley over the top, and they're off and running again. Tregenza Smart takes it from Jamison. The kick by Smart for Hodges. Too long for him. Oh, it comes off hands to Hodges. Unselfishly the hand pass. Rowe, kick smothered. Hodges might get it yet. He's only 20 metres out. Lip tap. Rowe gets the ball through. Off the ground, Micken. He's kicked 3. They went queuing up to kick that one, weren't they?
So they worked hard, didn't they? They got the ball at half-back flank then. And McDermott, a wonderful bit of play, run the hard ball at half-back. The boys started to run from there. They had them coming down in waves. They worked the ball into the forward line. And then it became a bun fight again. And finally, Micken dribbling it over the line.
Back in the centre. Chance here for Scott once again. Beaten for it by Jamison. He's kicked to centre-half forward. Micken to Liptak. Back to McGuinness. Liptak. Shot for goal by Liptak. Just slips off the side of his boot. Rogers a chance. Neal sees it over. And we'll have a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Adelaide.
If there's one area of Liptak's game that he needs to work on, it is his kicking. But crikey, he gets the ball a lot.
Boundary throw in. Lindner goes off the ground and kicks her behind. Well, Max Stevens talked about the party the Crows might be having tonight. Could they get a place big enough? I think the crowd might all want to go, but it'll be a big party. There's 46,540 here today, feasting on what the Crows are up to.
Listen, most of them will be pretty happy tonight when they go home and watch the replay.
Well, they've had a week of pleasure here, the footy fans. Micken for goal number 4. Just misses to the right-hand side.
And Chris McDermott's object lesson for any young player who thinks they're too slow to play football, he's obviously worked out that he can't pick the ball up and run, so his first thought all the time is to give the ball off as quickly as he can.
Barnes marks the kick in away to Bairstow. Bickley, who's been quite determined. Gary Hocking gathers the ball and kicks it in towards centre-half forward. And a top effort by Brown. An excellent mark taken just outside the 50-metre line. Brown, his kick. He looks for Brownless. Brownless up high. Can't take the mark, but he recovers quickly. Caught with the football. 3 Crows there. Wren, Maynard, Jarman and Brownless at it behind play. Kick goes out towards the wing. The mark is taken there.
Oh, great smother.
Riccardi. Then Tregenza. Tregenza's kick up towards full forward. McGrath leads in the race for the ball and bashes it straight over the boundary line, and that should be a free kick. Mate, no attempt to keep it in, but the umpire decides that a boundary throw-in will take place. What do you think, Tim?
I think it was very poorly disguised, Roy.
I'd like to play cards against you. You never change the expression on your face. Barnes and Micken. Micken gets the tap out. McGuinness tries to control it. Robert Scott. Now Riccardi. Caught. Dragged off the football by Micken. McDermott. McGuinness. Tregenza. Outside 50. Kicks to the front of the square. Hodges. He's got it. Did he mark it?
No.
Anyway,
he did. Bounced off the ground.
Like to see a different angle on it.
No, it hit the ground and bounced back up again.
Well, Scott Hodges has got the footy. Point blank range. Very slight angle. Goal number 9. Makes no mistake. Well, I know it's pretty difficult to, or pretty easy to criticise from here, but I just get the feeling the umpires are a little intimidated when they officiated a game here at Football Park.
Well, it'd have to be a daunting prospect for an umpire to come here when you've got so many fans barracking for the one side. We used to talk about the social club side of the Collingwood football ground, but that pales into insignificance when you compare it with Football Park.
The margin is 80 points. Could the Crows beat the top side by 100? Oh, Wren's copped a poke in the eye here and has gone straight down after the centre bounce. Off the ground goes Miles. Stoneham and Smart have had a real war. Jarman, great hand pass. Bickley. McDermott. Tregenza, centre wing. Well, McNish, who's given them some spark, picked up in the mid-season draft, but he's given them absolutely zero today.
Yes, he's been a very quiet player, but he hasn't been on his own. There's been a number of Geelong players that have been down on form today.
Wren doing battle. McNish gets the hand pass through the pack. McDermott, another possession. Maynard, long kick with the breeze. Micken can't take the mark. All Geelong at the back. Riccardi. Oh, he might have turned the wrong way. They did it all right eventually. Up to Barnes, back to Riccardi. We haven't seen this run and a bounce from the wingman all day. Smart. McDermott's there, applying the tackle. Hocking gets it out. Stoneham to Bairstow. He steers the pass for Brownless.
Being held.
It's just about a mark, probably more of a mark than Hodges at the other end. And it's going to be a ball up.
Billy Brownless was being held before the ball got there. He should have been given a free kick then.
I think he might be letting the umpire know too, Tim.
He's had something to say. And then perhaps in the back.
It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, we've heard of people maybe appealing for the forwards to be given better chances, but gee, there was one that could have been paid. McGuinness for kick number 37, and that's only a guess. I'd reckon he probably had heaps more than that. Up in the full forward area, and the mark is taken by Brownless.
I reckon he's had about 40 more than that, Robert.
Bit of friendly banter between McGuinness and Brownless. Well, you did write down that he'd had 50 in the third term there.
He was everywhere, wasn't he?
He just gets the footy. I mean, I think...
And Billy's getting heat from the crowd here, and he's looked them straight in the eye.
Brownless is deep in the pocket. It's a beautiful kick. What a great kick. The goal umpire's going to control it. It's a goal.
And Billy's given the crowd a wave, and he's punched the air at them, and they're throwing things onto the ground.
He was blowing them kisses on that occasion. Stoneham picking that one off the pack. The ball, very difficult to kick from that position. The wind blowing the ball right away from the goals, not making the distance, and Stoneham having the presence of mind to snap truly.
Yeah, I'll give the goal to Brownless. Stoneham snapped it, but I reckon it was through off Brownless.
My word.
Yep.
He's kicked 7 out of 9.
Bounce back in the centre. Wren. Oh, Bickley. McGuinness. This is fantastic stuff. Tregenza. Can he kick 10, Hodges? Oh, he's underneath this one. He's up and running again. Liptak did well. Pushed for the boundary line again by Neal. The umpire calls for the throw-in. Already Hodges has 9, which is a Crows record in the AFL in their 2 seasons. Can he get the double figures? And Brownless has 7 out of 9 for the Cats.
Boundary throw-in in the right forward pocket for Adelaide. Barnes in front. Micken just pushes him out of the road and then taps the ball out productively. McDermott, Liptak, Jarman. Andrew Jarman off the left foot. Magnificent skill.
Well, I don't know why Andrew Jarman feels as though he needs to do that. Let the footy do the talking. But he did it when the Crows beat Hawthorn at Waverley.
Yes, it is a bit arrogant and totally unnecessary. There's been some tremendous players in VFL, AFL over the years, and you don't have to go on to that rubbish.
Oh, well, he might get an energiser out of that.
Still 16 minutes to go here. There's Jarman in after it again. Oh, high tackle by McGuinness. No whistle on the play. Handley's hand pass. Bairstow. Brownless again. This time good punch away by Tasker. Scott skirts around Tasker. His left footer for Stoneham. Controlled it well. Back to Scott from the boundary line. Right to the goal square. There was interference, and it's a Geelong free right in front to Hinkley. Umpire Carey being the policeman.
Very, very soft again.
Against Jonathan Ross. Hinkley, who was benched for a while during the game in the second quarter. 11 possessions. State representative this year. Goal to Hinkley.
When we designed the new Magna wagon, we made it the most elegant ever. More luxury, more space.
We gave it a whole new rear suspension, the largest engine in its class.
We refined everything.
It feels like a sedan, but the back's not just bolted on. If you can imagine, no seams. And what does all this add up to? The most comfortable, assured, and safe ride you've ever had.
Rocker Brothers. Say dough at Rocker Brothers. Dynamic sound in your car with Sterling. High power CD player with stereo radio. Fully installed price just $4.49. Pennzoil defines performance 4 litre $9.95. Oil drain dish with filter holder and spout $6.95. Murray's power booster with bonus upper cylinder lube, increased power and stop carbon build-up. Introductory price $49.95.
We're saving dough at Rocker Brothers.
We want to show you how good our service really is.
They were great. They installed them, and the next thing I know, they were on the phone to make sure we were happy.
Okay, and when would you like to have your service connected?
I was pleasantly surprised. They turned up on the dot.
Can I have your address, please?
Well, they were professional. I was really impressed.
We could have that service connected for you tomorrow if you would like.
And your surname, sir? Good morning, Tunkia.
Residential service.
Christine speaking. Have you heard about our easy call services?
I know you love our telephones. Press the recall button, okay?
Thanks very much.
Good afternoon, Telecom Business Appeal.
We just want to give you the service you're looking for.
Don't miss this special bonus offer from Remington. This new Remington Ultra Hairdryer and Pre-Shave Powder Sticky yours free when you buy the Remington Micro Screen Ultra Shaver.
The exclusive Remington cutting system includes diamond honed cutting edges and 2 ultra-thin screens coated with space-age ruthenium. Quick, comfortable, and shaves as close as a blade or your money back. For grooming beards and mustaches and professional home haircuts for the whole family, Remington.
If you ever need to hire a truck, any van or tray up to 8 tonnes, or a bus up to a 22-seater, or a dependable ute, or a rugged 4-wheel drive, phone Budget Trucks on 223 1000. That's easy to remember, isn't it? 223 1000. Budget Trucks.
The crows know a bargain when they see one, like Sanitarium Crunchy Bix are healthy, $2.99. Plain or self-raising Tip-Top flour, 99 cents. Legos Fresh Pasta, great buying at $2.19. And Buttercup Country Split Bread, only 89 cents.
Yes, I really did shop at Foodland.
Milli Vanilli, eat your heart out. We present the latest batch of British bloopers with classic goofs from the filming of Fawlty Towers and The Young Ones.
I'm an artist. How am I expected to work with these amateurs?
And the beer-drinking snails, Britain's funniest bloopers, 8:30 Thursday. A cannon that's taking the heat out of fires. Andrew tastes the world's oldest beer and the fight to save one of nature's endangered species. Beyond 2000, Tuesday.
The kick to half forward. Micken. And actually, Barnes worked to the front well then. Shocking handball. Put Bairstow under the pump. And Bairstow got one high from Jarman.
Johnny Barnes, he's just made far too many errors today, hasn't he? Putting blokes under pressure.
Mark Bairstow didn't want that footy either. As hot as anything, wasn't it? Here's a chance for Stoneham. Mansfield. Gary Hocking, he's had a horror day. Handball away for Scott. Oh, Bickley more determined. Tregenza. Lip tack. Now Miles. Little kick. Chopped off by Maynard. Pays. Jarman. Bit louder, Tim. Up towards full forward. Hodges. Punched away. Micken for goal number 4. No. So Mark Micken, 3 goals, 2. And Max, you're still alive down there on the boundary line.
Certainly am, but Stephen Rowe, we don't expect will take any further part in the game. He's got a hip injury, just been down to the rooms with the doctor, but maybe, if necessary, he'll come back, but I don't think that'll be the case today.
Well, Bruce Lindner has taken this on the 50-metre line. We saw him before go for the torp and kick one about 65. Back this one in to go a mile.
He's lining up with a drop punt. That was a wonderful mark. The ball was floating around there.
Might go a mile or nowhere. Oh, it's a good-looking kick. Two goals for Bruce Lindner. And I suppose their next aim might be a century margin.
This is a very good kick. The Crows have played the ground well. On every occasion, they've taken the ball over onto the far side to use the wind. They haven't allowed themselves to be bottled up on this member's side of the ground.
.81 points the margin now for the Crows as Bairstow kicks it up towards full forward.
Oh.
Two Geelong players go down. Smart is there for the Crows and he clears close to the boundary line. Gatherers by Jamieson. Little flick on. Good for Tasker. McDermott. Through comes Bickley. Handball looking for the captain. McGuinness is going to get another possession. Handball over the top for Jamieson. Jamieson off the left side. The kick is not too bad. Up towards centre half forward. Micken flies high. Tackle on Miles good. Jarman dispossessed by Barnes. It finishes now with Handley. Handley after two bounces. And a third. Centre half forward. Short kick. Okay, the mark is taken by Hinkley. Now Hinkley, it'll really stretch Ken Hinkley, I think, the distance here because the breeze is blowing. Well, it looks as though it may have settled a little bit, but certainly the kick will have to be a very good one to score. 40 metres out. Ken Hinkley. Oh, it's a good effort. He's kicked a goal. 2 goals to Ken Hinkley and the Cats supporters who have made the trek over here to Adelaide for the game. Not much to cheer about.
Well, he's given him a little bit of bite in the forward line, Ken Hinkley, since he went down there. And Handley running all the way down the field. And as I said earlier, the Crows have taken the pressure off Geelong a little bit. They've allowed 2 players in this quarter to run freely down the field, bouncing the ball, something that didn't happen in the first 3 quarters of play.
Lindner balks the kick, then gets rid of it. Oh, good dive. But no mark. Comes to Liptak. Running past him, McGuinness. His hand pass, partly blocked by Riccardi. He applies the tackle. Ball held in. The umpire will ball it up. Yes, the Cats fans have made the trip, but it occurs to me, I suppose, a lot of them might live halfway between Cardinia Park and here. Western District, just pop over the border.
I reckon Tony McGuinness would be a candidate for a marathon runner, wouldn't he? The distance he covers in a game of footy.
Micken's kick. Riccardi chops this off. Yeah, an odometer on McGuinness today would be interesting. How many kilometres would he have covered?
Well, he's had to do that. He gets tagged week in, week out, so he's had to prepare himself such that he's fitter than any other player on the ground and no one can keep up with him.
Maynard belted down. I've got the numbers. Here's McGuinness again.
Another one.
The hand pass is all right. Jamieson comes out wide. Chance here for Pays. Centering kick. Hodges out of position. Comes back. Liptak. Goal!
Now you can mark that goal down to Hodges then just getting there to contest that ball. He led up the ground. Pays didn't spot him. Kicked towards the top of the square. Hodges made the ground to get back and make a contest. And Liptak, who's forever under the pack, you would just love to have that fella playing in your side if you're a coach. He just works so hard right across the forward line, gets to every crumb, and he's always there on the end of a handball as well.
Well, why aren't the Crows better than 9th on the ladder? Gee, they've left their late season charge a bit too late.
I think just consistency, Drew. They've probably struggled to get their right unit together. But with players like Nigel Smart and Ben Hart doing well in the back line, Scott Lee backing them up. Good midfielders in Jarman, McGuinness and McDermott. And Hodges coming good now at full forward. Here's Tregenza. He's kicking towards half forward. Is that a mark to Liptak? I felt he had first grab of it. It's been paid.
First and third.
Liptak from right half forward. Kicks it in towards centre-half forward. Micken outmarked on this occasion by Simpson. He's not happy. Doesn't usually show a lot of expression, Mark Micken, so maybe he had a good grip of it. McGrath, Handley. Nearly gave the hand pass off. Then a short pass. If that's not a mark, it certainly is a free kick to Ross at centre-half back for Adelaide.
I think this is the most settled side the Crows have had all year too. They've had a few injury problems during the season. Smart's missed a bit of football. McGuinness has missed a bit of football. Jamison's been out. Tregenza's been out.
Bickley held with the football, took the free kick away to Lee. Maynard, he's quite a creative player. Here's Lindner, one of the most skillful players. He messes this up, I think. No, they're going to get away with it. Jamison, another skilled player. Up towards full forward. Hodges. Well, now he has a chance to kick his 10th goal.
Scott Hodges, he's led well all day, giving the Crows something to fire to up forward.
And he's kicking from about 35 metres. Lovely kick again. So 10 goals, 3 to Scott Hodges. Admittedly, he had 7 on the board at half-time, but it's been a top effort by the full forward.
Well, Scott Hodges hasn't really lived up to the promise that he showed before the Crows came into the AFL. 150-goal player for Port Adelaide's side, and the Crows were hoping that he would be the man at full forward, but perhaps he's just starting to find his feet now in the AFL in his second season.
Yes, in his first season last year, he kicked just 30 for the Crows. 10 today makes it 44 now in his second season, but it is a far cry from 151. McGuinness out of the centre circle. Wren, beautifully dishing the ball out. Liptak. Maynard had choices. Tregenza. Bickley centres. Hodges might get more. Micken there as well. But a fine mark taken by Neal, who's the umpteenth opponent for Scott Hodges. Simpson. Up to centre wing. McGuinness. And kept going after taking the mark. His energy level's amazing. Maynard to Wren. McDermott goes past. The skipper will get it. The hand pass behind Jamison, but he's got time to recover. Short pass is not great. Touched by Riccardi. And back there is Neal. And Neal comes out of defence. Here comes McGuinness again. But couldn't do anything with Handley.
Handley takes the mark. Right half back. Short kick. Marked is by McGrath. Tim McGrath. High kick in towards the centre. Punched away by Smart. Jarman, vision brilliant. Maynard looking to give it off. Oh, they could have raffled that. Probably one handball too many. McDermott, Maynard, Geelong struggling. Rogers, Hocking, now Gary Hocking after receiving from Stephen Hocking. His kick out into the open. Bairstow gives away a little bit of ground. McNish, a little kick for Scott. Scott from 50 metres goes for goal. And nearly the mark to Hinkley. Brownless has a chance. He's kicked 7. Brownless, he may have, no, the goal umpire indicating that he's missed. So bustling Billy has to settle with another behind. He's kicked 7-4.
Still 5.5 minutes to go. 162 plays 76. Well, they did this to Hawthorn last year, the Adelaide Crows, when they were pumped up for their AFL debut. But not too many picked a thumping here today for Geelong. Tim Watson certainly picked a victory for the Crows. Holding the ball, you are. Sean Wren. And the free kick to Scott. Short pass. Hinkley's got it still 48 metres out from goal. Hinkley's kicked 2 goals in this last quarter since being on the forward line.
It'd be impossible to kick a goal from there with that wind blowing out.
Goes the pass to Hocking. Goes over his head. Lee charges straight at the ball. Wins possession. Hacks it out of defence. Lindner. Covered a lot of ground to get to that, Bruce Lindner. They're away again. Pays to Bickley. McDermott's going to get another possession. I don't know whether anybody's had 80 possessions in an AFL game. McDermott approaching that. Micken thumps it to the goal square. Hodges some chance. He's got a chance. Oh, he missed it. 10 goals 4.
That would have brought the house down if that had gone through, wouldn't it?
Is that 10-4 and out?
We saw an example of what's happened all day before at half-back for the Crows then when Scott Lees ran straight at the ball and the Geelong opponent peeled off early, not committing his whole body to the line of the ball.
Geelong forced the ball up near the wing. Scott can't really get an effective hand pass away, and he'll have a boundary throw-in. Well, a few of the diehards are hanging in till the final siren. A lot of people have already left. They've got a lot of satisfaction out of this, even if they are only going to finish about 9th, 8th or 9th on the ladder. Pays his kick, centre half forward. Micken can't mark. Rogers fumbles. Can't get the hand pass away. Barnes, McGrath. McGrath's kick out near the wing. They outnumber 2-1. Handley well done. Got a little kick off the ground. McDermott slipped as he was about to gather. Smart, Bickley. Maybe the advantage might be paid here. No, it's not. It's coming back to Nigel Smart, and he'll take the free kick on centre wing.
3 1/4 minutes remaining. Kick by Smart. Big climb and a good mark by John Barnes. Goes short to Stephen Hocking. Oh, well, a lot of teams have had a long trip back from Cardinia Park in the bus. The Cats will have to take a long trip back to Melbourne in the plane. Brown to Bairstow. Simpson from the 50. Pokes it up to Hinkley. On the bounce and very wide out. Ross did all right then. And Hinkley then gets into his back. The umpire's going to ball it up. And the crowd rising to Jonathan Ross, the youngster who did well then. His father Lester played 10 games for St Kilda back in the 50s.
Tregenza did very well, and a short pass is okay. Jarman, McDermott. Who's going to be on the end of this? McGuinness. Anyone's guess. McGuinness's kick. Hodges. Well, if you can give any more than 3 votes for BOG, you'd give it to Tony McGuinness, wouldn't you?
At the disposal then, that is Greg Williams' style, isn't it? Look at that.
But then you've got to look at the pressure that's being applied upfield too, and frankly, the Geelong players just haven't worked hard enough midfield.
Hodges for goal number 11. And he dobs it. $11 goals 4 to Scott Hodges. Billy Brownless at the other end has kicked 7 for Geelong, and 7 out of 11 is not a bad performance, but watch this.
McGuinness streaming down the field as he's done all day, under no pressure at all, and the backline for Geelong just under siege again in this last quarter.
Well, the Crows need another 1-1 to win by 100 points. Bairstow out of the middle. Any score by Geelong will snuff any chance of that out. Heavy clash there. Mansfield's hand pass partly blocked. Brown to Hocking, and Hocking misses.
You admire the Crows, don't you? A number of occasions they've had players going back for that hospital ball, but they just don't flinch. They don't take their eyes off the ball at all.
Mark dropped by Maynard. Mansfield unmarked is Simpson. He's 45 metres out now. A centering pass. Brown drops the mark. Chance for Hinkley. High tackle. Free kick right in front. Now Ken Hinkley's kicked 2 in this last quarter. Now going for a hat-trick.
It's still going to be a 200-point turnaround from the first game. Geelong beat Adelaide by 123 points in the first round.
Kick by Hinkley has missed. Yeah, Gary Hocking missed an easy one. That's pretty easy too. Is home ground advantage worth that much, is it?
It's amazing, isn't it? Scott Lee to kick it back into play. Just seconds left. And Maynard marks it right half back, looking to give the hand pass away. Jamieson is the target. Jamieson runs, and from the back edge of the centre square, he kicks it to centre half forward. Punched away by Barnes. They've still got a chance here. No. The siren sounds and ends the misery for Geelong. It certainly was a pleasurable day for 47,000 Adelaide fans. Adelaide winning the game 24-25, 169, Geelong 11-12, 78.
Well, in the end, a fabulous performance from the Adelaide Crows. They've kicked more goals in a game and they've won by a bigger margin. But to beat the top team in the AFL by 15 goals really puts the icing on the cake of what has been a great 5 weeks for the Adelaide Crows. 2 other matches were played today, both in Melbourne in very heavy conditions. Footscray getting up over a very disappointing West Coast Eagles, and in the other match, St Kilda kept their finals hopes alive with a 15-point win over Melbourne. And let's quickly check the ladder. There are no certainties yet, but Geelong and Footscray look to have sewn up a double chance, and the rest is up for grabs. The only certainty is if Carlton can't beat the West Coast Eagles in Perth next week, then they'll miss out, and Hawthorn and St Kilda will finish in the top 6. Well, the Crows have one more game to go. We venture to Victoria Park to tackle Collingwood next week. Can they make it 6 on end against the Woods? We hope so. We hope you can join us for that. But for now, it's good night from 7 Sport.
Kicks well inside the attacking. Back low, what a mark! Hodges.
Yeah, that certainly was a great mark by Scott Hodges.
This has been a 7 Sport production. Football 92, proudly brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors, BP Australia, CUB, Westpac, Rocker Brothers and Foodland.